Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate RingsideNews.com. Got your questions regarding Raw in Brooklyn, New York as well as other topics. So let's get started today with the first one from Mortal Kombat Boy. Hello Aaron, how are you? I'm good, thank you for asking. Longtime wrestling fan here. What did you think about The Rock's appearance on Raw last night with Rusev and Lana? Why? Also, are you surprised that he was going to be there or did you know about it already? Please answer in video. Thanks. Finally, The Rock has come back to make Raw exciting again. That's my basic feeling on The Rock showing up on Raw. He made Raw a must-see show for that brief period of time. When he came out there, it was complete night and day from most of the Raw product that we've seen as of late. I think that The Rock was just tremendous at the top of his game. He had the crowd hanging on every single thing he said. He could just stand there and the people were chanting, "Holy shit," and "This is awesome." I mean, The Rock was just amazing. That's all I can say about that. And as far as him being there as a surprise, yeah, nobody was expecting The Rock to be there. The Rock was in Brooklyn for something totally unrelated to WWE, and it just so happened that he was able to show up at the last second and be part of the show. Originally, it was supposed to be the Big Show coming out and apologizing to Rusev. That was the segment that was originally planned, but clearly something changed at the last minute, and The Rock was able to show up and appear on Raw. And another great thing about The Rock is that you could tell it wasn't scripted. It was The Rock just going out there and doing his thing on short notice and just being amazing. And I hope WWE can learn from that and maybe in the future allow the younger talents to have more creative freedom when it comes to their promos and their storylines as well. But not holding my breath on that one. This one comes from Todrick923. What did you think of The Rock's return to Raw and his segment with Rusev and Lana, which I just commented on? Do you feel a Rusev versus Rock match, although unexpected, would be able to deliver? Please answer in video. Thanks. Well, now all of a sudden there's a lot of people speculating about a possible Rock versus Rusev match at WrestleMania. You could certainly do that match. It's a possibility if The Rock's available. It would make sense to do that based off of what happened on Raw. But with that being said, I think the chances of Rock versus Rusev happening are very slim. A lot of people have been asking me about that. I think that if The Rock was to come back and actually get in the ring and wrestle, I think he would want to go in there with the biggest star possible in WWE. You know, somebody like Brock Lesnar, somebody who is a top-level star. Rusev has gotten a big heel push in WWE, but he's not a major star outside of the WWE universe. So I think because of that reason, The Rock versus Rusev is a long shot at WrestleMania. You know, going out there and doing a segment with Rusev on Raw is one thing. Getting in there at the biggest pay-per-view of the year and competing in the ring, you know, The Rock is going to want the match to be as big as possible. So we'll see what happens, but I do think the odds are against it happening. All right, this one comes from Iceblade ARI. Hey, Aaron, fan from Panama. Now we have WWE on Fox Sports. When the show had a match with El Torito and Gator, I wanted to turn off the TV. Why is WWE doing this? Even Brooklyn fans shouted, "This is stupid." Please answer on video. Well, WWE Raw is a 3-hour show, and WWE needs to fill the time. So it's inevitable that you're going to get these filler segments and these comedy segments with some of the lower card guys on the roster. It's just the reality of WWE television right now with so much TV between Raw and SmackDown and Main Event and NXT and all that. You know, they got to fill that time and you're just going to get the filler. So really the only thing you can do is deal with it or change the channel. This one comes from Dave451985. First an open invitation to Michael Sam, then Jerry Springer, then Kathy Lee and Hoda. How about WWE tries improving their show with creative, exciting material instead of these half-assed, weak ploys for ratings? Well, going back to the previous question, once again, WWE has 3 hours of TV time to fill up. And their attitude is, why not try to use that time to promote the product and do good PR and expand relationships with other entertainment entities. And that's why we get the Raw guest hosts. That's why we get people from the outside coming on Raw to promote their stuff. WWE trying to build relationships with these media people and actors and television stars and all these different people in the entertainment world. You know, it's just WWE doing their corporate thing. And unfortunately, the universe just has to deal with it. That's the reality of WWE in the year 2014, a publicly traded company. This is just what they do to expand their brand on a worldwide level. All right, this one comes from WWE Fan Dark Era. Hey Aaron, why do you think WWE decided to have Rikishi run over Stone Cold? Well, I think that WWE's mentality was they wanted to surprise people. It was the Vince Russo booking philosophy where you want to give people a shocker, something that they were not expecting. But the problem is that Rikishi being the guy to run over Stone Cold did not make any sense. Logically in the storyline, Rikishi was doing great with Too Cool. He was really over as a baby face. And the whole deal with him doing it for The Rock, it was just lame. It was a very disappointing conclusion to that whole who ran down Steve Austin storyline. That's just a matter of WWE wanting to try and swerve everybody and give them a surprise rather than doing something predictable and something that makes sense. All right, this one comes from Alexander WWE. Hey Aaron, who is the bigger star overall, Randy Orton or Dave Batista? Please answer in video. Well, if we're talking about strictly in the world of WWE, obviously Randy Orton, because he has been around in WWE. He never left. He's been a major part of the company now for 10 plus years. And, as far as who is the bigger WWE star, I would go with Orton. But with Dave Batista having success in Hollywood now with the Guardian of the Galaxies and possibly other roles, I mean, when it's all said and done, when you look at not just WWE star power, but mainstream Hollywood star power, then you might have to go with Dave Batista. All right, this one comes from Wrestling Do 95. Yoran, what are your thoughts on Global Force Wrestling kickstarting their first event next year in Japan? Much respect for your show. Well, thank you for that. It's TNA. Excuse me, I got TNA on the brain here. Global Force Wrestling. Got to get used to talking about GFW. They are trying to get on the ground and get started here, build their company. And in order to do that, you need help from other organizations. It certainly is a good idea to work with other promotions and use their resources to help establish your own product and get that off the ground. So I totally understand why they're doing it, and I think they'll do more stuff with Japan and Mexico and work with other promotions because they can use the other company's resources and it's less money that they have to spend. All right, this one comes from Hooked on Phonics M. How and when do you see Rollins using his Money in the Bank contract? Thanks for all you do. Well, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to stick with my original thoughts on Seth Rollins and Money in the Bank. I think that he will hold on to the briefcase until after WrestleMania, and if everything goes according to plan with Roman Reigns winning the world title at WrestleMania and becoming the #1 guy, at that point, I can see Seth Rollins cashing in, and Rollins and Roman Reigns will feud for the world title later on in the middle of 2015. That's my prediction right now. We'll see how it goes. Who knows if Roman Reigns will get to that point. Everything is still up in the air with his recent injury, but we'll see. Last question here from ClarkyBoy123. Do you think it would be a good idea to have Cesaro join the Authority? I think it's too little too late. I had spoken about Cesaro joining the Authority back at WrestleMania. In my opinion, I always thought that the best way to go with Cesaro coming off that WrestleMania match would have been for him to align himself with Triple H and maybe join Batista and Randy Orton and make the new evolution with Cesaro as the new Randy Orton or Batista from the original evolution. That's what I thought they should have done. Didn't happen. He went with Paul Heyman instead, and it just didn't work out. So my way might have been better. Now, I really feel that the damage has been done, unfortunately, with Cesaro. You could have him join the Authority. You could try to do something with that, but my gut feeling is that it's too late. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of No DQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter. Tell a friend about No DQ&A video, and I will see you guys next time for more.